Good evening and welcome to the Marling Sixth Form Virtual Live Open Evening. My name's Steve Farr, I'm Head of Sixth Form here, and I'm delighted to introduce Katie, our Head Girl, and Miss Harris, our Assistant Head of Sixth Form. We're thrilled that you could join us here this evening. Now normally we'd be presenting to you in person in our lecture theatre, and you'd have the chance to speak with staff, students, and also see our wonderful facilities. So we've tried to replicate that for you as much as possible here this evening. Hopefully you've already seen some of our staff and student videos, and you've had a chance to look at some of the descriptors for the subjects. Here this evening, we're thrilled to be able to talk to you and also share some of those successes, and you'll hear from both Miss Harris and Katie about different opportunities and the support on offer. Over the last few years, we've gone on a significant journey here at Marling Sixth Form. We've always taught co-ed, but 2 years ago we started registering girls as Marling students for the first time. It has been a fantastic success. We have over 130 girls now registered as Marling students here in the Sixth Form. We have the largest cohort in Year 12 that we have ever had, and that now means that almost half of our students in the Sixth Form didn't do their GCSEs at Marling. So no matter where you're sitting your GCSEs over the next 12 months, we are a genuine option for you, and we look forward to welcoming you here in 2021. One of the things that attracts students and parents year on year are the headline statistics and the exam grades that our students achieve. And I do say our students achieve those. It is their hard work, it is their diligence that brings that success, with the support of the teachers, with the support of the pastoral team here at Marling. 45% A-star A over the last 3 years, 72% A-star to B, again, over the last 3 years. Those aren't 1 year's worth of examination results. That's 3 years of hard work, support and endeavour that we are thrilled to celebrate. All of which has meant that we are the only local 11 to 18 provider with an Ofsted outstanding rating for the Sixth Form. Now, those raw results tell one part of the story, but what also we are very proud of is what we call the value added. Now, that value added measures the amount of progress that a student makes between the GCSEs that they achieve and the scores with which they leave us aged 18. So what that means for yourselves is that no matter whether you join us with 80 points at GCSE or our criteria of 38 points at GCSE, we can help you achieve better than almost any other Sixth Form. And you can see from the temperature chart on the screen as well that we are ranked in the top 10% nationally based on that value added score. Such scores mean that our students go on to a wide range of destinations. In the last 2 years, over 200 students have gone on to university, over 50% to Russell Group universities, and 15 to the most competitive elite universities such as Oxford, Cambridge, and competitive courses such as medicine and veterinary science. Again, that tells part of the story, but we have such a wide and diverse range of options here at Marling that we're thrilled that students go off to conservatoires, to SOAS, to Lambda, or into apprenticeships with Siemens, with Vodafone, or with GCHQ, or St James's Place. Students also go into employment or into gap years. A huge wide range of different options mean that our students really can create their future here at Marling Sixth Form. And the way that we do that is through our academic studies, our A-levels, and a beyond the curriculum programme, more of which you'll hear about later on from Miss Harris, and Katie will talk about some of those direct opportunities too. We ask for students to choose 3 or 4 A-levels that they study from a range of over 30 different breadth options and A-levels, whether that be 5 different art subjects, or music and music technology, sociology. The range is huge here for students, which all means that students, when they join us, really can create their future. Miss Harris.
Good evening, I'm Louise Harris, Assistant Head of Sixth Form and Head of Year. As Mr Farr just said, Sixth Form is about more than A-levels. Yes, of course you want somewhere that you're going to do well academically, but you also want somewhere that you're going to be happy. And we support you every step of the journey. We start working with students even before they join us to make sure that they're taking the right subjects for them at A-level, and then we'll continue that support right through Sixth Form. In order to enable that, we have a very, very strong pastoral system. You'll have your own experienced Sixth Form tutor who you'll meet every day, And we also have a student support worker, Heidi, who helps students with all sorts of problems. And I do really mean all sorts of problems. You'll also see from this slide that we offer a range of advice for students throughout sixth form and beyond. Because sixth form is a journey, students join us after year 11 with a handful of GCSEs, but by the time they're ready to leave us 2 years later, they are on the point of taking their first step into the adult world. Now, increasingly, universities and employers are looking for individuals who are independent, but also can demonstrate a real dedication to their chosen subject. So to help students with that, in year 12, they take the Marling Diamond programme. Essentially, that encourages people to do a whole range of supercurricular activities. Supercurricular means going beyond the curriculum, beyond the classroom. On our sixth form website, you will see these Marling Diamond leaflets, which give you a taste of the sorts of things that students have done in recent years. And this list here will show you the range of things that they can do. You'll see that in a normal year, they can choose anything from basketball to coding, to debating, to media, to rugby, to singing, to wellbeing society. Now, obviously, COVID has meant that we haven't been able to offer all the things that we would normally this year, but hopefully that will be back to normal by next year. I'm going to ask Katie Owen, our head girl, to tell you more about those sorts of opportunities. Katie.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Harris. So when I was thinking about why I chose Marling Sixth Form, I remembered what my mum said to me. She said that she couldn't put her finger on it, but there was just something special about Marling. From the warmth of the teaching staff to the confidence of the students that made her think that Marling was right for me, but that all that she really wanted was for me to choose a sixth form that made me happy. I can honestly say that I definitely chose the best sixth form for me. I also spoke to my friends and asked them what made them join Marling. Lots of them said it was the opportunities made available to them. Hopefully you've already visited the student room to hear some students talk about what opportunities they've done so far. To give you a taste, for aspiring medics, we run MedSoc, which has links with academics from the University of Bristol. Together with microscope, dissection and chemical analysis workshops, students can take their scientific learning beyond A-level. Similarly, scientists and engineers can join the Particle Physics Society. In a normal year, they travel to CERN in Geneva, the home of the Large Hadron Collider, to meet scientists at the cutting edge of particle physics research. They also work with scientists from the University of Birmingham. They have, for example, built a cosmic ray detector, and working with engineers from Renshaw, they have designed and manufactured a racing car. Each year, the sixth form also plans to take a group of students to the Model United Nations Conference in New York. This is a fantastic opportunity to speak as a diplomat in the UN, sitting in the actual seats of presidents from across the globe, debating key world issues such as climate change and human rights. Bill Clinton was the last scheduled opening speaker. Here's a video that gives you a flavour of this fantastic trip. In the summer, students can travel to Geneva, the home of over 40 of the world's most influential government and non-governmental organisations, to learn about the vital political and humanitarian work they do. Every year, there's also an expedition to a different location in Africa, Asia, or Latin America, where students explore the landscape and work with local communities to make a difference to people's lives. In the summer of 2022, the expedition is to Borneo. From mountains to molecules, from the school stage to the world stage, there is so much to showcase. From the music students play, to the magazines and podcasts they publish, to the sports they play. And on the subject of sports, we are now thrilled to have our very own girls netball team. Back to Ms. Harris.
Thank you very much, Katie. Now, I know that some Year 11s at this point will be finding that very exciting, but also a bit overwhelming. You might be thinking, that doesn't quite sound like me, or I can't do that. And to you, I'd like to pass on one of the best pieces of advice that anybody gave me in my career. They said to me, anytime you find yourself at a crossroads, take the road that feels a bit challenging, because unless you do that, you will not change your future. You will not create your future. So in other words, don't just automatically do at 16 or indeed at 18 what you thought you would do when you were 11. And we're here to help you take that next step. And on the subject of next steps, I'm going to pass back to Mr. Farr.
Thank you, Ms. Harrison, and thank you, Katie, as well. So, you've heard about some of those opportunities on offer for you. What are the next steps? Well, the first thing is that we don't interview for places. There's no extra test, just the small matter of your GCSEs. We ask for 38 points across your best 6 GCSEs, and that will then qualify you for a place here at Marling. Please do look at the prospectus for subject-specific criteria as well to help guide your choices and to help you think what it is you want to look for. Once we receive your application, we'll then invite you for an advice and guidance conversation. That's just a one-to-one conversation. If we can do it in person, we will do, but more than likely it may have to be virtual, but there'll be about your application to join us, about what we can offer you here at Marling. And also there's a discretionary bursary available as well of up to £1,200 for assistance where needed with travel, equipment, etc. Now, finally, what we want to say to you this evening is please do find out about everything we have to offer here at Marling Sixth Form. The subject rooms will be open as soon as this talk is finished for you to ask questions of the members of staff. You can ask questions of our students, panels, and you can also please head along to Mike Nicholson, Director of Admissions at Bath University, where he'll be talking about how to choose your A-levels and some just ideas and questions for you to think about that might help to guide your thinking. Overall, I want to thank you on behalf of Marling Sixth Form for your time this evening, and we really do look forward to welcoming you in September 2021. Thank you. Good night.